I'm going to show you the most extreme, most effective time management system ever. It's the same system that Elon Musk uses to run $4 billion businesses. Yeah, can you believe that? Elon runs $4 billion businesses: SpaceX, Tesla, Solar City, and the Boring Company. And he does it simultaneously. Most people have trouble just running their own little small shop. How can one person run $4 billion businesses simultaneously? And it's because he uses this pretty extreme time management system that keeps him focused and on point all day long so he can get everything done. I'm going to show you that exact system in this video. And if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do it and how you can actually apply it to your daily flow so you can get more stuff done and be more organized throughout the day. My name is Jarvis and I'm the Morning Hero. I show people how to maximize their time so they can maximize their business and maximize the time that they have for themselves in their personal life. You can go to themorninghero.com and I have tons of productivity tips, tricks, and hacks to help you get more stuff done throughout the day. And if this is your first time visiting, please go ahead and click the little red button somewhere over there in the corner. There should be a little subscribe icon because I go live 3 times a week to help you be more efficient with your time so you can be more effective in your life. What's this crazy technique that Elon uses to juggle so many balls that he has in the air at any given moment? It's called the zero calendaring method. And if you're familiar with time boxing or time blocking, it's kind of like that to the 10th degree. It takes it to a whole nother level. Where time boxing is where you just put your to-do list on your calendar. So you take all the kind of most important things you want to get done and you block out time on your calendar to do those things. Zero calendaring means you're going to schedule your entire day from the time you wake up all the way down to the time you go to sleep. You're going to block out your entire day so that there's zero blank space on your calendar. Now, let me explain the premise behind this. Most people, when you look at their calendar, they may have only the meetings and appointments on their calendar. So let's say they have a client appointment or a doctor appointment or, something that requires their attention or their presence to be at. That's blocked out on their calendar. But if you look at the rest of their day on their calendar, it's all blank space. Now, what happens in that blank space, like when you have those calendar appointments, you don't miss those, right? You're fully committed to everything that's on your calendar. And then the blank space, you're leaving it up to your brain to try to figure out what it should do in that time. So you might have a to-do list that's 50 items long. And in that moment, when you have blank space on your calendar, your brain needs to make a decision on what it should do on that to-do list. That's the most important or most effective use of that time. So 2 things will happen. One, it'll look at that list and it'll start to choose the least effective thing on that list. And this is because of it's something called the prehistoric brain, where back in the prehistoric days, as humans, there were 3 big main modes of survival. We were either hunting for food, running from predators, or trying to chase mates. And so each one of those things required huge rushes of energy. We needed to have a lot of energy reserved if we needed to chase down some food or we need to run from a bear or a tiger. So our brain adapted for energy conservation. It knew it had to reserve as much energy as possible. So throughout the day, it did very little that required a lot of energy because it needed all that energy when it had to run from bears and tigers. And so as we evolved with this prehistoric brain, this energy conservation mechanism. And so nowadays we don't have that same lifestyle, but we still have this mechanism baked into our DNA where we're always seeking to conserve energy. And so our brain, this prehistoric brain, if you give it a list of things to work on, it's going to always choose the things on that list that are the easiest, that conserve the most energy. In that blank space in your calendar, your brain looks over at this to-do list. It's going to either pick the easiest things on that list, which are normally the things like checking email or online shopping or all the things that don't require a lot of your mental and physical energy. It's going to either do that, or 2, it's going to procrastinate altogether and just find other things just to waste time, surfing around on Instagram, doing chores. For me, you could tell when I have a lot of stuff to do because all of a sudden I want to wash dishes. I want to go do laundry. I want to do everything other than do the stuff that's on my list. And so that's what our brain does. It will either choose the easiest things to do or it will avoid the list altogether. The premise of zero calendaring is You want to eliminate all those choices. You don't want to give your lazy prehistoric brain any choices at all. And so the way you do that is at the beginning of the day, you completely plan out your day front to back, and you schedule everything that you need to get done, all your appointments, all of your heavy important tasks, all of your personal things like your meals, your exercise. You completely plan out the day from wake up to go to sleep. And then that way, now there is no blank space on your calendar. There's zero blank space. And when you have zero blank space, there's zero time wasted. Your brain isn't wasting time trying to make decisions, trying to figure out what it should do. All you have to do is look at your calendar and it's already on there what you should be doing. So you really just turn into a robot and you just go into straight execution mode all day long. I've been doing this for about 5 years, and I can honestly say it has been the most profound technique I've ever started doing for my productivity. I am more than twice as productive as I used to be. I am so efficient that I get most of my stuff done before lunch every day, and I have the entire afternoons to do something with my family or to go for a hike. But it's been an amazing asset for my freedom of having that so much more time on my hands now that I can reinvest that time wisely. And so what I'm going to do is show you exactly what a typical day looks like for me using my Zero calendar. So right now I'm going to flip over to my calendar and show you. So this is a typical day, and front to back, when I first get up in the day, a lot of this stuff isn't on my calendar. It's, well, let me go back. So I do this on a daily basis. Every day I get up and I actually start the process of blocking out everything on my calendar. So this is a typical day. I'll first start off with, as soon as I get up, I call it wake up and ramp up. And so for me, what that entails is having some quiet time, meditating, and then pulling out my Zero calendar and then spending about 20 minutes completely and thoroughly planning out my day. So that's the first part of the day is on my Zero calendar. And then right after that, I go out and do some exercise. After I exercise, I come back, and that's when I do my admin stuff. So you'll notice these color coding systems. Anything that's blue is personal, something that's a personal item, like my exercise, my meditation, my meal times. Anything in yellow is where I'm sitting down at my desk, and it's more, task or high important tasks that I need to get done. So I start the day cleaning out my inbox and doing any admin stuff that requires my attention for the day. And then everything in red is a meeting, an important meeting where I'm either on a Zoom call or meeting with a client or doing a coaching call. And so in this particular day, you can see I'm in meetings a lot. So I had 4 meetings back to back to back to back. Then I went into doing my marketing. So I did a live, and then I went and did some email marketing. And then I had a few more meetings after that. And then I did a social media post. And right after I'm done, I've done all my important meetings. I've done my marketing. I've went live and got my message out to the world. After that, I'm done for the day. So after that, I go to lunch. And even on here in my Zero calendar, I specify what I'm having for lunch. Again, the premise of this is that you want to eliminate as many decisions as possible. So even the decision of what I'm going to eat, I don't want to be tempted by fast food or tempted by making a poor decision of what I'm going to have for lunch. I schedule what exactly I'm going to have to eat. And that way, but if I have to stop by a place on the go, I already made the predetermination of what I'm going to have, and that way I tend to make better decisions. So I go into lunch, and then after that, I'm done for the day. So again, I call it #done by lunch. I'm so effective and efficient with my time that I'm done by lunch every day, and then I have the rest of the afternoon to either reinvest that time back in my business or back into my fitness or into my family. So on this particular day, after lunch, I went and I picked up my son and I took him to the zoo, and then we went home and took a nap. So if you have a toddler at home, when they go down, you go down. So I put my son down for a nap, and then on this particular night, this was a Friday night, so we did date night. I firmly believe, like, if you're married, there's nothing more important than staying connected to your spouse or your partner. And so me and my wife, we do date night religiously every week. We don't miss a beat. And here's a marriage hack for you. My Zero calendar, I have a calendar, a Google calendar that I share with my wife. It's called my family calendar. And so everything I put on the family calendar shows up on hers too. And so on this particular day, I scheduled date night. And when I do it and I put it on the family calendar, it pops up. She gets a little notification and it pops up onto her calendar. So whenever I schedule stuff on that calendar, she gets notified, and it gives a little bundle of joy for her too when she sees it sitting on her calendar. So that's just a little hack. If you have a partner, share a calendar with them. And that way, when you schedule little fun, exciting things, they get the little ding and notification too. So it gives them something to look forward to. So this is a real life example. This was last Friday. And this is exactly how the day flowed. And again, because the entire day is planned out in advance, I don't have to think all day long. I just look at my calendar, see what time it is, and boom, I just execute what's right there. And now my brain doesn't have to make these little micro decisions. I'm not leaving it up to my prehistoric brain to make the right call of what it should be doing in that moment. I just look at the calendar and just flow. And when you do it that way, you tend to flow a lot smoother through your day. You'll get so much more done, but it'll seem easy. Like it'll be such a flow because you're not wasting time. You're not making these little small decisions. You're just flowing from thing to thing to thing, and you're moving so fast that you'll look up sometimes and be like, wait a minute, I'm done with everything, and I got all this time left on my hands. It's a great way to recapture a lot of your time back. Time that right now you might not even realize that you're wasting throughout the day because your brain is just kind of going off and doing its own thing instead of working on the thing it should be doing. So this is a great way to eliminate that wasted time and that wasted space throughout your day by using a zero calendar. And this is so important for me that I prefer doing it in physical form. So I created my own calendar, my own productivity planner based off this zero calendaring method. And so every day I actually pull out this, and this is what I sit down with my cup of coffee in the morning, and it kind of walks you through step by step how to plan your day and block out all the time on your calendar. So I start with this every day, and then I transfer it into the digital format. But if you're looking for a physical form, you can go to themorninghero.com and look there to see how you can get your own zero calendar. But if you like this and appreciated this, send this to somebody who needed to hear this message, and comment below and let me know what part of this have you ever tried doing something like this, and what did you appreciate most about this video today. All right, I hope you got a lot out of this. Until we meet again, this is Jarvis encouraging you to do more, be more, and achieve more than you ever have before. Now it's your turn, hero. Go out there and save the world, and I'll see you in the next video.